Good day. Today we'll look at something really cool from the BirBlue store. Automatic chicken water. Comes with all the parts except the bucket. You'll have to supply your own bucket and of course your own hose. But let's look at all the parts. We'll assemble it and then we'll give the chickens a little taste of it. So you get of course, the instructions, and it's pretty simple. You drill some holes, mount all the pieces and parts, hook it up, and away it goes. So you get a little stainless steel braided hose. So you can connect this up to your bucket and to your garden hose. So it's kind of nice to have an extra little piece of hose there for that. You get the little water supply. So basically you hook your hose up into this side, and when the water gets low, it automatically opens it up, fills up your bucket, and closes off again. Kind of cool. It's got a little screen here too, so you can kind of keep out any little debris. Kind of nice with that. You get the drill bits. You'll need two different drill bits, one for the water level sensor and one to install the cups. And you get Teflon tape to seal it up so there's no leaks. And you get two different kind of cups, which is kind of neat. And you get 6 of these and 6 of the other ones. 6 of these are basically what you do is your chicken comes up, pecks that, and it fills the water up. So it kind of gives them something to do. I'll put a couple of these on here. But I think mostly I want to use is the cups because these are kind of nice. They just basically are full of water. So when they're empty, they pop up, it fills up, and then closes the little valve. And so it's basically so that your water doesn't keep running or make a mess or overflow. The water that we're currently using right now, if it's not perfectly level, water will flow over and you're just kind of wasting water. This is kind of more, full, empty, full, empty. You get the idea. Same with this guy. This is probably the most efficient because when the chicken wants some water, you can peck that and add a little water into there. So they kind of learn how to do that. I guess it kind of keeps them entertained too. But basically what you're gonna need is your bucket. And the only tool you're gonna really need is a drill. So let's get the bucket, drill the holes, and we'll mount all the hardware and you see how simple this is to set up. Okay, so we have our bucket. I'm gonna start off by drilling the first hole, and we're gonna use the large drill bit. That's this guy here. And we're gonna mount the little valve, and this kind of allows the water in and out. When it gets low, the float goes down, fills back up, shuts off the valve. And of course, this all goes inside, and this part will be sticking out through the side. I'll show you that in a second. And it does have a nice big nut on it, so you want to be careful where you drill the hole, because if you want to drill a hole here, that's probably not going to fit. It probably depends on your bucket, because you're going to have a hard time getting this flat. So you want to go just below this little lip here. That would be easy to mount, otherwise it will not mount properly. So let's put him back on, and let's drill the first hole. And of course it has the little screen here, and that'll kind of go in there so when water goes in, if there's any kind of particles and things like that, it doesn't get clogged up in here or go back into the water. I probably don't need this, but I'm going to put it on anyway. And then of course on this side here, it has the little nozzle on it, so you can put that kind of where you want it. So when it does fill up, it doesn't spray straight. You can kind of have it spray down. Either way, it's all good. So we'll take that off for now. So let's drill the hole. And like I said, we're going to drill a little bit low here. Probably about right there, maybe. Okay, we got the first hole. We'll empty that out. Get all the dust out of there. Put him over here. And like I said, this guy, he goes inside, so we're going to mount him inside. We'll poke him through. Let's put this end on too while we're doing it. I don't think you really need this piece, but I'm going to have it so that it kind of sprays down. And we'll poke him through the hole, and we'll mount the nut. And you want to snug this up. You don't want it too tight, because this is kind of plastic, so just enough so it's going to not fall off and be sealed. And then, like I said, the little screen kind of goes in here. So we'll kind of stick him in there for now. There we go. Well, maybe we'll put him in later. We'll put him in last. Now we're going to want to mount the cups. Like I said, I think maybe what I'll do a little bit of each. There's 6 of each, so there's a lot of cups. I'm probably going to maybe mount 5 or 6 on here. So we've got 12 cups. We'll do a little bit of each one. Some of these and some of these. I think these are like said to make kind of fun for the chicken. They can peck them and release a little bit of water. Or we can use these cups. Either one. It's kind of nice to get a lot of these. So if you want to maybe do 2 sets of these, maybe on another bucket, you can do that. We're just going to put them on this bucket. So let's change drill bits. We'll take out this drill bit here. And we're going to put the normal drill bit in. Okay, we have that drill bit in. And then we're going to go around the bottom. And you want to have it high enough off the ground so that it kind of sits. You don't want it touching the ground, because if it's touching the ground, it's never going to be able to, you know, open and close properly. But you don't want it too high so that the water is so high that you can't get into it. I guess it depends on how you're going to mount your bucket. I'm going to kind of have it sitting on kind of maybe like a cinder block, so it's going to be up in the air. So we'll probably go, I would say, maybe to this line here. That seems about right. At least on here, that seems like a good spot. And you can see I have this here kind of like in the center of the little handle here, kind of pretty close to that, so that way it's kind of not in the way, because the hose is going to come in this way, so you probably want them a little bit away from there, so that the hose isn't, you know, covering up one of the little cups. So let's start drilling some holes. So I think what we'll do, we'll just start, we'll put a couple on here. Maybe right there. You can see it's pretty easy to do. And I'll do one maybe like right here. And I think kind of keep them kind of even if we can. So we got them about so far apart. We'll do one here. And then this one we'll do right here. And maybe one in the middle here. We'll go right about there. And we'll clean up all the little shavings. Get them out of our bucket. Kind of smooth them out a little bit so it's nice and flat. I think it's pretty good. We got a couple little pieces here. I want to get that off. There we go. Get them off. That looks pretty good. These guys out of the way. Because we want these guys to mount nice and flat so they seal up really well. Okay, so now let's put the cups on. So like I said, here's where the hose comes in, and we'll put a cup here and a cup there. I think what we'll do, we'll put maybe, well, just kind of stagger them. And there's Teflon tape if you want to use Teflon tape, but you can see how these basically mount. You poke them in the hole, and it has like a little wing nut. So you just tighten down the wing nut. And there are two little gaskets on this guy. So one goes on the outside, if you can see them there. One goes on the inside to keep a nice seal. So I don't know if you really need the Teflon tape on this part. That's up to you. You can do whatever you like. So let me poke them through and put the gasket back on. And I'll put this little wing nut. Let me see if I can get you up so you can see it. So you can see them working down here. And I put the little O-ring on the inside, one on the outside. And we'll put the wing nut on. And just keep going around, putting them all on like that. That's pretty simple. And just snug it up. We're almost there. There we go. And you'll feel it. Don't go too tight on these, just enough to make sure that the gasket's spread out. And we'll just keep going around in circles until we're done. So let's do a few more. Let's do two of these cups here. And it has the same thing on it. There's a couple little O-rings here. You take one of the O-rings off, leave one on the inside. You see these are a little different. This one has a little black one for the outside and a little white one for the inside. Poke him in the hole. Put on his O-ring, and then we'll tighten up the wing nut. Like I said, don't go too tight. Tight enough so that it's not going to move around, but not so tight that you break it. And then we'll do, let's do another one of those. And you do get a lot of these. And of course you need a wing nut. And same procedure, take off the little O-ring. Poke them in there, put that O-ring on. Okay, and we'll put the wing nut on. I guess kind of give them a little bit of a variety to get watered. I guess this is kind of fun for them, keeps them entertained a little bit. And then let's put a couple more cups on. We grab a cup and a wing nut. Two more wing nuts. And same with these guys. We'll take off one of his little washers, little gaskets. We'll poke them in the hole. Clean up that hole a little bit. There we go. Let's get him off of there. I'll get back on that guy. Let's do this one. Poke him in. Put his gasket on. Get on there. There we go. Actually, quite the simple install. Actually, kind of fun too. More of a DIY project. The fact that you get all the parts except the bucket, and you can go any store you want. Go to a hardware store or local store. You'll be able to find a bucket somewhere if somebody's got a bucket. I just used some buckets that I had. If you're using a used bucket, make sure you clean them out really well. And let's see if we get this guy. I hit the last one here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should do it. Get in there, put his gasket on, and then we'll tighten it down. Got the little wing nut here already. Let's see, come on, get on there. I think we're going to have some pretty happy chickens. It's a really nice system. Like I said, it's automatic, so if you're kind of one of those people that you always forget how to, or forget to water your chickens, and wonder if you water your chickens, now you won't have to. And this doesn't take up a lot of space. So you can see I got these 2 little waters here, and 3 cups. So a little bit of everything for each guy, and you can change them out if you like, because it's basically they're just screwed on. And you can see inside here, shows the water flow. So hose goes in here. Water comes out here, and little stainless steel hose, which is right here. And it does come with another adapter, so you can change if you have a different size hose. We're gonna screw him on. I'm gonna guess he goes this way. Yeah, screw him on. Let's see, get him on straight. There we go. Let's get him on straight. There we go. And then we have the little stainless steel hose here. And this is going to hook up to the bucket and then to your garden hose or whatever hose you have. And so we're going to screw them on here. I'll get them started by hand because I don't want to cross thread them. There we go. And see, it's got a little wing nut here so you can tighten it down a little bit more. There we go. And at the end, I'm going to go through and tighten this all up really good. That way it's all, no leaks, all nice and secure. I think we got her. There we go. And it does come with, in here somewhere, I'll find it for you. There's another hose adapter in here. So this is kind of like what our garden hose uses. So I guess it depends on how you're set up. So we're going to hook this piece up in here and hook that up to the garden hose, and away we go. And this is probably the part you're going to want to use the Teflon tape on these pieces here, because metal to metal could leak, but I think we'll be okay. Put it back like that. And so let's go outside, hook it up, and let this chicken's chest check it out. Got it filling up. So when this gets up to about the white part, it should shut off. Gotta see that the cups, they start to fill up when they get empty. Full. Same with this guy here, you can see how he works. Just kind of pick at him and he fills up. Full. Looks like almost full of water. And she's off. So once the water goes down a little bit, fills up, goes down, fills up, so it always stays full. And you can kind of see the cups over here, kind of nice. Let's see if we can get them to just fill up. Nice little system. Simple, easy, automated. And there you go. A nice little system, automated. You really can't go wrong. I'm gonna put a lid on it later. I just left this off just kind of for show. You see the chickens are kind of eating around it. I gave them some treats. They haven't quite figured it out, but they will in a few minutes. And they'll be drinking automatically. So how cool is that? I like the fact it's got different kind of cups, easy install, automatic on and off. And if you don't want to hook up a hose, you don't have to. You can just fill it with water and just, you know, manually fill it up. But the whole point is to have an automatic, so it's nice to have the little hose for it and all the pieces and parts. And these guys can get a drink whenever they like.